All right, we here, man. Urban Artificial Intelligence, Strategic Thinking Media Platform. I'm gonna keep it real off the jump. This ain't really gonna be uh, uh this ain't really gonna be very entertaining. If you don't like information, if you really not into politics like that, if you don't like information, if you don't like looking things up, this probably not gonna be the episode for you. I'm gonna keep it short and to the point. I'm gonna be rocking out for probably about 25 to 30 minutes. It's just some things that I want to touch on real quick. I got some more, some other more juicy, gossipy stuff probably coming later tonight or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get back into that bag. I know the last show was about stocks and technology and stuff like that. And I know that's not what everybody want to hear, especially based on the things that I talked about early when I revamped my channel. But this is something that I'm interested in, and more importantly, this is something that I think is important and more people need to be aware of. All right, so y'all see the title. All right, Donald Trump, in my opinion, he finna spank Kamala, y'all. He finna go upside her head. I really don't see her winning this election, but and I've said it before, I prefer Donald Trump over Joe Biden. I prefer Donald Trump over Kamala Harris. I don't even know who I prefer, Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. I don't know. Probably Kamala Harris. Honestly, I just don't think Joe Biden healthy enough. But either way, y'all know he officially withdrew from the race. He not trying to be the president. I don't blame him. We don't need him as the president. But what I want to, looking at the title, y'all see how I feel. Both these people lie. Both of them are liars. Okay, they both lie. And I'm gonna show y'all the proof of this throughout this episode. We gonna get into it. They both lie. They both say whatever. You feel me? The reason I'm rocking with Trump is because he's supporting something that I personally can benefit from. Okay, that's the only reason why I'm supporting him. He has policies and he has ideas that support things that benefit me personally. Hopefully he's telling the truth and he does the things that I need him to do. All right, but Trump will be getting my vote. I ain't voting for Kamala Harris. I do not want her to be the president. Even if she is, though, even if she is, it's still gonna be, I could still juggle with her too. It's some ideas and some policies that she got that I can benefit from. Um, but I would prefer Donald Trump. I want to start off saying that. And again, I want to start off saying both these folks is liars. All right, they both lie. They both say whatever they have to say in the moment. And that's politicians in general. You feel me? That's politicians in general. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. That's why I have the attitude towards them as like I do. This is their job. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. Think about if you my age, mid to late 30s. We don't watch these goofy political leaders, these goofy presidential candidates argue over the same thing. The same thing. Think about the first president, all right? Think about the first president, George Washington, big head ass. Think about him. Think about everything that has been done since he was the president. Obviously, nobody was alive during that time. But I'm saying, think of the historical timeline. Think about everything that we done did. We done went into space. We done dug underground. We done swam to the deepest depths of the ocean. We done sent submarines down there. We got planes. We got Ferraris. We done invented all type of stuff. Why we still arguing about the same issues? Do y'all know why? It's because they don't want to fix certain issues. They don't want to fix certain issues, y'all. They want things to be messed up. If y'all watch the presidential debate, which I did some content on it, not as much as I wanted to, but I did a video on it, which it don't matter now because one of the goofy niggas done dropped out. Biden's dumbass. He dropped out. If you pay attention to that video, the most important topics they spend the least amount of time on, y'all. Social issues are not that important. And I know Black people don't like hearing that. It's the truth. Social issues are not that important. They are important. I'm not saying they're not important. But when the president speaks, for me personally, he needs to be, or she, if that unfortunately happens, if Kamala Harris becomes the president, she needs to be speaking about quality of life for the American people. She needs to be talking about the economy and mental health. Everything else can take a back seat. Why y'all think I say that? Because if people are living right, if people are healthy physically and mentally, everything else is going to fall into place. Everything else is going to fall into place. Voting over gender stuff, that's a distraction, y'all. That's a distraction. All this LGBT stuff, that's a distraction. I'm not saying whether I'm not against gay people. I don't care what gay people do. But all these people who feel like gender bathrooms and teaching gender curriculum, y'all, that is a distraction. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm not saying that it's not a big deal. I'm saying there are bigger issues. Roe versus Wade, things like that, to me, are distractions. That's something that we don't even really need the government to help with. Deciding whether people should have abortions or not. Why is the government like that? Should be up to the individual to decide. Even for the people who feel that way, when you get on the internet and you type paragraphs or you're so passionate about things like that, even though you're on the opposite side, if you're a Democrat, right? Let's say you're a Democrat and you're really passionate about Roe versus Wade, like a woman having a choice to get an abortion, with that being in the government hands, that makes you upset. So you against the Republicans. When you spend time on that and you go on social media about that and you talk about it and you waste a lot of your energy and resources on that, you're still falling into the Republicans' trap. Even though you're on the opposite side, you may think you're not. You may think that you're going against them, but you're not. You're not. You're falling into their trap because they want it to be a big issue. They want you to not pay attention to the economy. They want you to not pay attention to public health, or excuse me, mental health. That's their goal. That's the point. That is what politicians do. They confuse you. They want you to pay attention to small things. That's their trick. So the big issues will seem like small issues. Immigration. To me, that's a small issue. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying the amount of people that I see up in arms over immigration, like listen, why you're poor with poor physical and mental health. Why do you care about immigration? You have bigger fish to fry than immigration. You need to be focused on making more money and educating yourself, not immigration. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. And this is a strategic thinking platform. And both of these candidates are guilty of that. Why do you care about Roe v. Wade when you can't pay your bills? You don't think that's a bigger issue? Why do you care about LGBT curriculum being taught in schools and your mental health is not right? Your bank account is not right. Why do you care about that? Why are you letting them distract you? I'm not saying to not pay attention to these issues. I'm saying hold politicians accountable and don't make this electoral race about being right and wrong or picking a side. Because I want y'all to remember when Kamala Harris was vice president, or technically she still is the vice president, when her and Joe Biden first won, do y'all remember the energy during the campaign? Do y'all remember the energy during the campaign? And the same goes for Trump. This nigga be lying too. He lies too. But do y'all remember Kamala Harris' energy before the election? On her campaign trail, she was everywhere. She was on every radio station. She was on every TV show, mostly urban outlets, or let me not say mostly. She was on just as many urban outlets as non-urban outlets. Okay, she went to Breakfast Club. She talked to people from the hip hop culture. It seemed like every month or every few weeks, we seen her face. What happened when Joe Biden got elected? When he won, what happened? She disappeared. That's what happened. When all these issues came about, she disappeared. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, we've all heard that. So if she gets enough votes again to be president, when she switch up her swag, don't be surprised, because she already did it once. Again, this video is not about me piling on Kamala Harris. It's about me piling on both these dumbasses. And I use the word dumbass loosely because I'm not saying they're dumb people. I'm just saying the structure that they're in and the machine that they've agreed to be a part of is a dumb machine. They're both probably educated. So I'm not saying they're dumb in that sense. I'm saying we cannot be dumb. We cannot be dumb. So the first thing that I want to do, I like to use a website called PolitiFact. PolitiFact will give you a quick glimpse of what politicians say, if they lied, if they told the truth, or if they told a half truth. I use this often. I use this a lot. This website is why I don't fuck with none of these folks. The website that I'm about to go to is why I don't really rock with none of them, because they all lie. So let's go to PolitiFact. We're gonna look at Donald Trump first, because his shit is crazy. This nigga got hella lies. This nigga probably got more lies than anybody. This nigga is constantly on the stupid shit. All right, Donald Trump. There goes ugly ass right there. Y'all see. Can we move this? He told the truth 3% of the time. He told mostly truths 8% of the time. He told half truths 12% of the time. Mostly false 19% of the time. False 38% of the time. And pants on fire, which means the statement is not accurate and makes a ridiculous claim 18% of the time. Now, of course, he's going to have more checks than Kamala Harris because his false 392 checks, mostly false 199, true 36, mostly true 85, half truth 125, pants on fire 192. This nigga probably got the highest pants on fire score that anybody on this goddamn website. And y'all gonna see what I mean by the pants on fire. That means it's an outrageous lie, basically. This is what we're dealing with, y'all. This is what we got to work with. And like I said, this is the man that I'm voting for. So, you know, am I part of the problem? Possibly. Possibly. Says he's okay. Now, some of these are older. This is just going off of because obviously he's not the president anymore. He hasn't been the president for a while. This is going off of the things that he said in public appearances, and it's going to go off some of the things that he said as the president. It's going off of his most checked statements, all right? Because when they say stuff, it's people who go check. Half of y'all, or let me not say half. Let me not say y'all. I got to stop using that word, y'all, because I don't like when YouTubers go on rants and they say y'all all the time. Some people, when they hear politicians say things, they just believe it, okay? Everybody don't do that. Some people, when they hear politicians say things, they go back and check and see if it's true. So, on June 18th, Donald Trump says he saved Kenosha and the governor wouldn't move on sending the National Guard. That's pants on fire. So that's a complete lie that this nigga told. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm not just going, we're going to see. If you're short on time, it's going to give you a little summary. Protests occurred in a limited area, as we noted in 2020 fact check, compared with entire scope of the city. Factors besides the National Guard presence decreased violence, including a drop in the number of armed people and calls for peace. State-level National Guard's efforts began before the Trump administration got involved. So the state saved Kenosha. Okay? The state saved Kenosha. State-level National Guard's efforts began before the Trump administration got involved. So, y'all see that pants on fire. He just said that. Okay, he's a fucking liar. All right, next. Joe Biden's immigration order limiting asylum is pro-child trafficking. All right, he said that on June 6th at a campaign rally. That's false. Let's see why. President Joe Biden's border policy bars most people from seeking asylum if they enter the U.S. between official borders crossing. This policy exempts unoccupied minors, unaccompanied minors. That makes sense, y'all. I don't think Joe Biden would sign something that would let children enter the country by themselves. Human trafficking experts said the policy's exemption for unaccompanied minors is in line with federal laws to protect children from trafficking. Many of former President Donald Trump's own immigration policies include exemptions for unaccompanied minors. So let's read a little bit more into that because this nigga is lying. Former President Donald Trump characterized Joe Biden's June 4th immigration order limiting asylum as pro-child trafficking. In Phoenix, at a campaign convention in Phoenix, Biden's order is pro-invasion, pro-child trafficking, pro-women trafficking, pro-human trafficking, pro-drug dealers, and they bring death and destruction into our country. It's really pro-illegal immigration. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You when you say something like that, you need proof. You need to provide proof. You can't just say that and then move on to the next topic. This order exempts child trafficking to ensure trafficked children are delivered to their U.S. destination. Biden's order barring most people from claiming asylum if they illegally cross into the U.S. Okay, so there you go right now. I really don't even need to read anymore. It's barring most people from claiming asylum if they're illegal. So if you're illegal, you can come over here, but if you get caught, you going back. Okay, so he's lying. Human trafficking experts we spoke with said no. Is Biden's order pro-trial, but does this exemption make it pro-trial trafficking? No, the expert said the exemption is in line with federal laws to protect children from trafficking. They said not exempting children could make them vulnerable to dangers, including trafficking. And they pointed out that many of Trump's own immigration policies also made exemptions for children coming alone. Why would you, what sense does that make to sign paperwork saying that children can enter the country by themselves? I don't think I had to read that. That's clearly a lie. But whatever. The Trump administration achieved the lowest African-American unemployment rate and the lowest African-American poverty rate ever recorded. Okay, finally, that's a half-truth. So a half-truth is good for Trump. If he tells a half-truth, that's a win because this nigga lies so much. Donald Trump was president when Black poverty and unemployment reached record lows. So he's right about that. However, Trump leaves out that his opponent, President Joe Biden, saw both of those record lows surpassed on his watch. So from this article, they both did a pretty good job of getting Black people back to work, which I can't really argue that. Here we go right here. The Black poverty rate hit a low under Donald Trump and then a new low under Joe Biden. Now, I know Trump people are going to say, well, it was already low. Well, either way, that's good for Black people. So that is a half-truth. Republican presidents in red, Democrat presidents in blue. So, to me, I don't really give a damn about the, or I care about this issue, but I don't care about whether Democrats or Republicans got it lower. The fact that it continues to get low, are you serious? In 1966 or in 1959, 55% of Black people was unemployed? That's crazy. Y'all tripping. This country is tripping. That was on purpose. That's on purpose. But look, it continued to get lower and lower. So this chart, Black people, this is us, y'all. Do y'all understand that? We're lowering this. It's not politicians. Don't believe no politician taking credit for this, y'all. Look at this chart. This is us. We're getting jobs. We're getting smarter. We're getting skills. We're getting degrees. We're doing the work. Not no politician. We the reason that these numbers are getting lower. Don't get it twisted. This is the work that we doing. This is not Joe Biden and Donald Trump. We're raising our children better. We're getting smarter. We're getting better education. We're bettering ourselves. Not no damn politician. They're not clocking into work, waking up in the morning, clocking into work every day. We are. But salute to them for that. Crime statistics no longer include data from 30% of the country, including the biggest and most violent cities. Donald Trump, that's a lie, bro. How could crime statistics no longer include data from 30% of the country? How would that even be possible? How could crime statistics leave out 30%? That's a lie. Do I even need to click on that? That's a lie. That's obvious. I wouldn't believe that if he told me that. Congo, Africa just released a lot of people from their prisons and jails and brought them into the United States of America. Pants on fire. Boy, you lying. Again, this nigga be lying so fucking much, bro. Y'all see it. U.S. border officials have encountered immigrants from the Democratic Republic of Congo more than 2,000 times during the Biden administration. U.S. border officials have encountered migrants. What that mean? That mean they stopping them. If I'm encountering them, that means I'm seeing them cross the border. But experts on prisons or Congo said that they had no evidence to back up Trump's statement about people coming from jails and prisons. So if they're being encountered more than 2,000 times, whether they coming through, all of them are not coming through, because you see that the word encountered is there. Some of them got stopped. Some of them got let through, yes. And listen, y'all, when you listen to Donald Trump, and I'm going to get on Kamala in a minute. That's who we're going to move to next. When you listen to Donald Trump speak, he don't be having no statistics or no references. He just be saying stuff. He just be saying stuff. At least I'm researching it and I'm looking for resources to see where is this coming from? Why do you believe this, Donald Trump? Nigga be lying. Look, experts had no evidence to back up Donald Trump's statement. We asked the Trump campaign if he was referring to people who crossed the border legally or illegally, and for his evidence that Congolese were coming from jails and prisons. And his response, Trump campaign National Press Secretary Caroline Levitt pointed to overall data about illegal immigration, including gotaways, a term immigration officials use for people who evade U.S. Border Patrol detection. So she ain't answered the question. She still didn't answer the question. Border Patrol continues to apprehend special interest aliens and terror suspects at the border from countries like Congo, China, and Afghanistan. Where's the proof? Do you have proof of that? Where is the statistics? Where is the document that shows the numbers? Or are you just saying stuff? We found that Customs and Border Protection does not publicly release data on special interest aliens. We've also reported that U.S. immigration officials have encountered rising number of people on a terrorist watch list, but not everyone on the list is a terrorist, and not everyone encountered is allowed to enter the country. Ain't I just say that? Just because they're encountered, that doesn't mean they're let in. It's two different things. So if you're counting the amount of people that are encountered at the border and you just count them as being let in, you're lying. Okay, you lied a lot, big dog. Let's go to Kamala Harris. And I'll be doing more content. This is going to be quick, man. I'm going to be doing more content on this because this shit show ain't going to be over no time soon. Her numbers look a little bit better, okay? 10% truth, 39% mostly true. That's what's up. Like I said, for a politician, saying something that's mostly true is a W. Half true, 8%. Like I said, mostly true, 39%. Mostly false, 21%. False, 19%. That's still a lot to be lying. You still lying a lot. If you lie 19% of the time you speak. Pants on fire, 0. That's good. She's probably just smarter than Donald Trump, honestly. Okay, the first thing she said in a campaign video, July 17th, that wasn't too long ago. Unlike Mike Pence, J.D. Vance said he would have carried out Trump's plan to overturn the 2020 election. That's mostly true. Let's see. Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance told ABC News in February 2024 that if he had been vice president in 2020, he would have told states we needed to have multiple slates of electors. That's in line with what former President Donald Trump and his allies wanted to do. Vance has said in interviews that the election was stolen from Trump. Okay, of course he's going to say that. That's his vice president, even though he earlier in his political career, he did not like Donald Trump. Okay. So now they're friends. How'd that happen? Okay, that's expected for him to say, I get it, she did tell the truth, but I mean, he was going to be the vice president. He's not going to say nothing bad about the president, okay? Okay, let's go back to Kamala Harris. She definitely got better numbers than Trump when it comes to being honest and telling the truth. Again, she's just better. She's just better spoke. Well, she's just more well spoken than Trump. She probably is smarter than Trump, and she has more political savvy than Trump. Black women in the U.S. are 3 to 4 times more likely to die in connection with childbirth than other women. That's true. I believe that 100%. I don't think we have to look at that. I think everybody knows that. In his Time magazine interview, Donald Trump said states have the right to monitor pregnant women to enforce these bans, and states have the right to punish pregnant women for seeking abortion care. That's mostly true. This is something else that I feel personally is just extra. This is extra. If people had better mental health and if people were living better, if people had better mental health, if people had better financial literacy, abortion wouldn't be an issue. Abortion is an issue because a bunch of poor people get abortions and a bunch of poor people have a bunch of kids. That's why it's an issue. And not just poor, people with messed up mental health who get pregnant by a bunch of people. No, and that's not everybody who has multiple fathers for their kids, men having multiple baby mamas. If you got multiple baby mamas, that doesn't mean something's wrong with your mental health. If you have multiple baby daddies, that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your mental health. But this whole abortion thing becoming an epidemic, yes, that's a mental health issue. If we focused on mental health and strengthening the family structure, abortions wouldn't be a problem. But Democrats look at it like women should be able to have as many abortions as they want to. Republicans look at it like, no, if you have a baby, you should just have the baby. Y'all are both not focusing on what's going to actually fix the problem. Getting young people mental health resources and resources to live better financially, getting them better financial education and financial literacy. That is what will stop the problem. Yes, it's going to take 10 years or 15 years to do that. But by just arguing over the government controlling it or not, that's not going to do anything. That's not going to help anybody. The issue starts with mental health first and financial literacy second. If I'm dumb and I know that, why don't Congress people know that? Why don't politicians know that? Do you know what, y'all? They do know that. They do know that. They want people being in the ghetto. They want you to have 8 kids with 5 baby daddies. They want you to have 7 kids with 4 baby mamas. They want you to have that. They want you to live that way. It's nothing wrong with living that way if that's the life that you choose. But when you're doing it and you're struggling to pay your bills, or you're having unprotected sex to get away from mental trauma, that's the issue. That's the issue. Okay. Former President Donald Trump's comments to a Time magazine reporter allowed for the possibility of states monitoring and punishing women for getting illegal abortions, but he wasn't as explicit about whether he thought they should. Trump told the reporter that the reporter would need to ask the states because the states are going to say. So, Kamala Harris, that's a half truth. I wouldn't even call that mostly true. That's a half truth. He basically said it's up to the states for them to decide. They both be lying, man. Both these folks are liars. As many as 75% of school shootings resulted from a gun that was not secured. That's mostly false. This is another issue. If schools are getting shot up, that means mental health is the problem, not gun control. Are there some tweaks that should be made with gun control? Yes, probably so. But guns have been around for a long time. Guns ain't going nowhere. If you act like and you have this attitude like you think you finna take everybody guns, that's not gonna happen. It's too late. It's too late. Guns have been easy to get in the United States for too long. Y'all don't think, or let me not say y'all, United States government, don't y'all dumbass men and women think that focusing on mental health would be easier than trying to change the gun laws, the same laws that have been in effect for years and years and years? If schools are getting shot up, changing the gun laws isn't going to help. Getting people mental health resources is what's going to help. Making people's mental health better is what's going to help. Mental health and financial literacy need to be taught in every grade. Mental health and financial literacy should be a class from the first grade to the 12th grade. That should be a mandatory class, like math, like science, like language arts. And I'm not a mental health expert. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist or any type of doctor. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a banker. I'm not none of that. So the specifics of how these classes will be taught, somebody way smarter than me is going to have to figure that out. But, dumb, goofy, country old me can see the issue here. It's not hard. The statistic Vice President Kamala Harris cites derives from a limited U.S. Secret Service study published in 2019. The report didn't find that 75% of guns used in school shootings came from unsecured locations. It's a lie. The study examined 25 school shootings and found that in 19 cases, the incidents were carried out using firearms from family homes. In 12 of those incidents, researchers said the weapons were readily accessible or weren't well secured. This motherfucker's lying. In 4 cases, guns were considered more secure, but shooters gained access anyway. Exactly. If somebody's crazy, they're gonna stab you. They're gonna break open a gun case. If somebody don't got it all up top, they're gonna kill you with an axe. Experts say more robust data is necessary to better determine the link between gun stores and school shootings. But a few studies have shown that around half of these incidents are carried out with firearms that were considered unsecured. So she went from 50 to 75. The real number is about 50%. Okay. And the study that she's referring to, only 25 school shootings were examined. Okay. Again, you lied. You lied. You made something up to make you sound like you know what you're talking about, or you made something up to make you sound like you know more than your opponent. You're fucking lying. All y'all be fucking lying. The next statement, postpartum Medicaid coverage expanded from 3 states to 43 states because of the Biden administration. I believe that. Medicaid, we don't even got to look at that. Medicaid is something that Joe Biden worked diligently at, and it was successful for the most part. So I can't even pop my shit with that. Today in America, 1 in 3 women of reproductive age live in a state with an abortion ban. I believe that. But I also believe it's too much emphasis. Who fucking cares, man? Who gives a fuck? Help people with their mental health, and they won't be in these situations. Is mental health and financial literacy going to fix every problem? No. But I guarantee you it will fix most problems. Mental health and financial literacy will fix the majority of the problems in America. Just those two things. We don't need to have a discussion about abortion. We don't need to have a discussion about gender. We don't need to have a discussion about clean air. These things are important, yes. They're important, yes. But us arguing about them and putting so much energy into them is losing sight of the issue. Okay, that's why she's probably gonna get her ass spanked by Donald Trump, because Democrats always want to talk about social issues. Social issues aren't the number one problem in America. It's mental health and financial literacy. I'll say that over and over again. After Roe was dismantled, extremists evoked a law from 1849 to stop abortion in Wisconsin. That's a lie. I can tell just that's a fucking lie. How can extremists evoke a law from 1849? The overturning of Roe versus Wade put Wisconsin's 1849 ban into effect. Unlike other states that passed trigger laws, Republican lawmakers did not take action to enact the ban. Republican lawmakers have since proposed other bills that will create additional abortion restrictions. So she lied. Again. When the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Americans no longer have a constitutional right to abortion, it effectively put back place the state's original abortion law. Attorneys for supporters and opponents of abortion access had long acknowledged that overturning Roe would put back into effect the 1849 ban. Still, there was immediate legal uncertainty and challenges. Rick Eisenberg, president and general counsel for conservative Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, said he believed the 1849 law was in effect because lawmakers never repealed it. So it never got appealed. They didn't put it back. You see that? You see what that is? That's fear-mongering. That's fear-mongering. Extremists evoked a law from 1849. It was never dismantled. Roe v. Wade was dismantled. The law from 1849 was never dismantled. We just read that. She's fear-mongering. She's making you afraid. People in Wisconsin, she's making them afraid of extremists. You know she's going, oh, the Republicans brought back a law from 1849. She lied. She lied. The law was never dismantled. They be lying, boy. Golly. Fucking lying. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. We're gonna finish this up with a little bit from Copilot, man. This is a strategic thinking media platform, man. Y'all know how I like to do. I like to bring Copilot in for a little bit of the more technical stuff, even though that was kind of technical. Let's ask some questions about Donald Trump real quick. All right, real quick. We about to get up out of here. I just wanted to show y'all how both these douchebags be lying. What is some of Donald Trump's political policies? Let's hear what Copilot say about Donald Trump.
Donald Trump's political policies cover a wide range of areas. Here are some key points. Economy. Trump is known for his focus on economic growth, advocating for tax cuts and deregulation. During his presidency, he passed a $1.5 trillion tax overhaul in 2017. He also started a trade war with China, imposing tariffs to protect American industries. Climate change. Trump opposes most climate change legislation. He withdrew the U.S. from the Paris Agreement and rolled back many environmental regulations, arguing that they harm the energy industry. Crime and policing. Trump supports increased powers for police and has made public safety a central issue. He signed the First Step Act, which reformed sentencing laws and expanded early release programs. Education. Trump has proposed giving parents more control over local schools and has been critical of student loan forgiveness programs. He supports a ban on transgender students' participation in school sports and has praised Supreme Court rulings against affirmative action in higher education. Foreign policy. Trump's America First agenda emphasizes skepticism towards free trade and international alliances like NATO. He advocates for increased domestic production and reduced reliance on foreign countries. Government reform. Trump has proposed giving the president more power to hire and fire government employees, aiming to replace civil servants with political appointees. These policies reflect his broader goals of economic growth, national security, and reducing government intervention. Is there a specific policy area you're particularly interested in?
No, the nigga be lying too much. Okay. Some of the things that Trump has in store. Now that don't sound bad. It sound good, but let's ask Copilot, what did Kamala Harris do as vice president? All right. Let's see what she did as vice president.
As vice president, Kamala Harris has taken on several significant roles and responsibilities. Advocacy for key issues. Harris has been a vocal advocate for voting rights, abortion rights, and immigration reform. She has worked to address the immigration crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border and has been involved in efforts to protect and expand voting rights. Economic initiatives. She is focused on economic recovery and support for families, particularly in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. This includes efforts to advance opportunities and deliver economic relief to those in need. Diplomatic engagements. Harris has represented the United States in various diplomatic engagements, strengthening international relationships and addressing global issues. Historic milestones. As the first woman, first Black American, and first South Asian American to serve as vice president, Harris has broken significant barriers and worked to inspire future generations. Would you like to know more about any specific initiatives or her background?
Okay, the reason that I'm playing this, y'all, we have to hold them responsible. All the things that they said they're going to do, all the things that they've done in the past, we got to hold them accountable. We got to hold them accountable. We can't just let them get in office and then forget everything that they said they was going to do. Now, it's not much that we could do as regular people. You know what I'm saying? We can't walk up on Kamala Harris. Definitely can't walk up on Donald Trump now. Niggas already tried to lift his turtle shell. So, you know, we regular people at the end of the day, but we can still create conversations and hold them accountable in some way. Now, let's ask, what did Kamala Harris do for California before coming to vice president? Let's see.
Before becoming vice president, Kamala Harris had a significant impact in California through various roles. Deputy District Attorney. Harris started her career as a deputy district attorney in Alameda County, specializing in prosecuting child sexual assault cases from 1990 to 1998. San Francisco District Attorney. Elected in 2004, she served until 2010. She was the first woman and the first Black and South Asian American to hold this position. During her tenure, she was known for her work on criminal justice reform and LGBTQ+ rights. California Attorney General. Serving from 2011 to 2017, Harris was the first woman, Black, and South Asian American to hold this office. She secured a $20 billion settlement for homeowners affected by the foreclosure crisis and a $1.1 billion settlement for students and veterans misled by a for-profit education company. U.S. Senator. Elected in 2016, she served on the Senate Judiciary and Intelligence Committees, where she was involved in significant legislative work and oversight. Her career in California laid a strong foundation for her role as vice president. Is there a specific aspect of her work you're particularly interested in?
All right, that sound cool. That sound cool. Okay, man. We getting up to a stopping point. I'll cover the rest of this if need be. I'll cover the rest of this in another live, man, because we definitely gonna get into it. Cause yeah, y'all, I don't know, man. I feel like we kind of be letting these politicians off the hook, and neither of the, in my personal humble opinion, um, neither of them have really done right by the American people like how they were supposed to. Again, the only reason that I'm rocking with Trump over Kamala Harris is he's been the president before, and I've said this before. He fit my personal, he fits my personal agenda a little bit more than Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's, the savior. No, he not. I don't even think that he is really fit to be the president. I mean, he's a good businessman, but he don't qualify to be the president. His qualifications aren't, his resume, nothing is really presidential about it. You know what I'm saying? He was a president for 4 years, and when he was the president, what I like and the things that I'm into did well. The stock market was good. It had a rhythm to it. And I'm gonna get a little bit into my bag here. When it comes to the stock market and reading charts, that people look for rhythm and patterns. Okay, that's how people make money, whether things are going up or down. If you got rhythm, if you got patterns, if you can read what's going to happen, and it takes a lot of studying and hard work, but it's a lot of people that's really good at it. I'm good at it, but it's I'm a low level guy. It's people who've been doing it longer than I've been born. I've only been into like reading charts maybe 5-6 years, and that's not long because it takes long to really understand them. But now it's easier with the computer. I'm not gonna say it takes that long to understand them, but it takes a while. It takes a while. The point I'm making is there was rhythm to the charts that I was reading. It was rhythm to the stock market. When Biden came in, that shit was everywhere. It would go up, sometime down. It'd be going straight, charts going straight across. Uncertainty. That's what I'm trying to say. Uncertainty in the stock market. Now, I'm not saying that's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not the only thing that's important, because some people that's not in the stocks, they could care less. Maybe it's some people who care about the things that are important to Kamala. Either way, no matter who you voting for, Democrat or Republican, both of them are ass. That's what we have to remember as the people. They're not here for us. Both of them are ass. They both butt. We have to work together and be here to empower each other. Empower each other. Help each other learn. Help each other get ahead, because they're not going to do it. Ain't neither one of these motherfuckers a savior. Black people and white people, and my white, Indian, Chinese, Jamaican, Hispanic, African, whatever you is. If you an American, we got to come together. Ain't neither one of these people gonna save us. They're too goofy. Look at how goofy they are. It don't even seem like they take this shit serious. Lying all the damn time, saying anything. Kamala Harris pandered to people on the Breakfast Club and then disappeared. Joe Biden said, "You're not black if you don't vote for me." And Trump told people to drink bleach and all type of goofy shit. They're all goofy, y'all. They all butt. That's the point of this video. All these niggas is ass. So as Americans, let's embrace each other and let's work together. Because we can make America great. Fuck Trump. Fuck Kamala Harris. We can make America great ourselves. I'm still probably going to vote for Trump, but he's ass. We need to work together amongst ourselves. We are more powerful than them. We are more powerful than them. And we do that by helping each other and holding these goofies accountable and make them do what we need and what we want, and also lessen our dependence on them. I don't want to be dependent on the government. I don't want to need the government for nothing. When my portfolio get enough zeros in it, I ain't gonna care who the president is. I don't even I'll pay attention to it because I live in this country, but I want to be in a situation to where I don't care who the president is. It's not even gonna matter. And I think that's when this country will be the best. Have you ever been at a job and everything just runs so smoothly? All the manager just got to do is just step in every now and then. You don't even got to talk to the nigga. You see him, you say, what's up? All the people on the floor, all the associates on the floor work together. We don't even need this nigga. If it's a big problem or a big issue, he might step in every now and then. Even if it's a small issue that we need help with, he give us the information. Then guess what? He gone. We can handle this ourselves. That's how this country should be ran. All right. Strategic Thinking Media Platform, Urban AI. I know this was probably boring to a lot of people. I'll be more entertaining the next time. Thank you for watching Urban AI Strategic Thinking Media Platform. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.